Hello, this is TheMagnum924 here, and this is a battle against a guy from the TPX chat by the name of Scizzor. He has a YouTube channel, but he said not to bother linking it in the description since he hasn't actually uploaded any videos yet. So yes, let's get it outside. He starts off with the Machamp, and I start off with my Sparman. Now I would like to set up spikes, but I'm scared of gonna do Dynamic Punch, which he actually does go for, so I switch into my Dusknoir. And there it is, but it doesn't have any effect. Now, since I'm slower than he is, this payback, it does less than half, but it does more than I would like it to. So I tried to go for a Will-O-Wisp, but well, I know he had a Lunberry, because most Machamps do. So, I just wanted to burn that off for now. Just because. In case I want to get one on him later. Now, I go for another one. Not thinking about Heatran. That is, came up. And, yeah, that's kind of bad. I'm not entirely sure what I was afraid of. I guess Fire Blast. But he doesn't actually go for it. He goes for a Dragon Pulse instead. He said he almost picked Earth Power just because, in case I did have a Steel type. But he gets the critical hit on the Dragon Pulse, which doesn't really make up for it, but it's, taxi. Now, I do go for an Earth Power, but he switched out into Machamp. Now, I don't know why I went for Earth Power, considering he was choiced into, Dragon Pulse. Anyway, I tried to go for Lava Plume, but of course it doesn't, burn. He goes for a payback, predicting me to go into Dusknoir, but I don't. I stayed in. Now he switches out and goes into his Snorlax. And I go for another Lava Plume, but I would assume he has Stick Back, as this does absolutely nothing. So I decided to switch out, fearing the Earthquake, and go into my Skarmory. And he does go for the Earthquake, which I'm immune to. Now here's where I start setting up spikes. I believe I get up 2 layers. Yeah, he goes into Machamp, and set up 1 layer. And okay, I set up a 2nd layer. And he hits me with a Dynamic Punch, which does, I believe it almost takes me out. 127. That's like at least 2/3. Now, I'm not entirely sure why I switched into Dragonite right here. I should have just been safe and gone into Dusknoir, but I really don't know why I went to Dragonite, because he wouldn't really take it any better than any of the other Pokemon I had. Well, he actually did take that pretty well, but I mean, I knew it had Ice Punch, so I really don't know what I was thinking. It is really bad that I hurt myself with Confusion because, well, first of all, it had Ice Punch, and second, he told me that if I hadn't hurt myself, then, and if my Dragon Claw had taken out the Machamp, I could have sleeped at least. I could have taken out at least 2 other Pokemon. At least that's what he said. So if I go into Alakazam, I just go for a Psychic. I am Choice Spec, so it should do massive damage to anything that switches in. So he switches into Snorlax. And Psychic, I believe, gets a critical hit. If I remember correctly. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, I switch out Fury or Crunch. So I go back into Skarmory. And he goes for a Body Slam. Which, thankfully, does not paralyze me. And I believe I just go for another layer of spikes. I believe this would be a third layer. If I do go for spikes. Yeah, I go for spikes. And let's see, what does he do? I think, yeah, he goes for another body slam. It does not paralyze me again. I guess that's what he's going for, a paralyze X. And here, I think I go for a toxic. At least I should have gone for a toxic if I hadn't. Oh no, I switched out into Dust Noir to resist the body slam, which I do. And now I go for a Will-O-Wisp, I think. No, I don't go for Will-O-Wisp. I go for Earthquake, predicting me to go for Will-O-Wisp, therefore taking out his Heatran. After spikes and stuff, Earthquake is a clean hit. Okay, that's his Heatran down, which is probably his most scariest Pokemon on the team. Well, I guess arguably, but it was pretty, it could potentially be pretty scary due to being choice scarfed and all. So he switches out into, Shaman. I believe I go for another Will-O-Wisp. Do I? I think I do. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Punch just to see how much it'll do. To see if it's physically defensive or not. I don't think it is. But I don't really know how to tell that right now. Yeah, it took an okay amount from the Shadow Punch. Not enough to be a... I don't even think not enough to be a 3-hit KO. So I decided to switch out and go in my Alakazam. I don't exactly remember why. I guess because Skarmory might die to the Seed Flare. Okay, that did a lot of damage to him. Now I'm hoping that my Psychic can at least almost kill Shaman. But instead he switches out and goes into Snorlax. And after the spikes damage, this Psychic is a 2-hit KO. I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, even after leftovers, it's a 2-hit KO after the choice specs. Let's see. What did he go into after Snorlax? I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Okay, go to the Scizzor. Now, I was hoping he would go for Pursuit. Because I didn't switch out, I was hoping it would be, well, I almost switched out, but then I thought he would use Pursuit. I was hoping he would, but he did not. Although it's not really that big of a deal, because now I can go into Heatran and scare it away with my Lava Plume. Which I do go for, and I believe I take out Machamp. Yeah, after the spikes damage. I'll probably take him out anyway. And Lava Plume takes out Machamp. Okay. Now here, he goes back into Scizzor. Oh, no, he goes into Flygon. Okay, then. Now I switch out and go into Skarmory. Well, he goes for U-turn, and yeah, it didn't do anything at all. Now I'm hoping that this Scizzor can basically just die from coming in, from switching in and out a lot, because that's what Scizzor tend to do. Now I was thinking it would use Superpower, I think. Yeah, so I switch into Heatran for Death Fodder. I don't know why I did that. I still had, what's his name, Dustmar. I don't know why I did that. I mean, Heatran will be pretty helpful later. Maybe just in case he went for Bullet Punch. Yeah, that was probably it. In case he went for Bullet Punch. That way, Dustmar can get a free switch in. So, he switches out and goes into Shaman, who takes a lot from the Spike's damage. And then, I believe I Will-O-Wisp it. Yeah, I go Will-O-Wisp. And after Will-O-Wisp, I believe I go for Shadow Punch. Because I know he's going to rest. Yeah, he rests here. And I believe I went for a Shadow Punch. Yeah, I do go for Shadow Punch. And it doesn't do that much, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. Now here, what I should have done is gone straight for a Will-O-Wisp, which I think I don't do. I don't think I go for a Will-O-Wisp, which is what I should have done if I didn't. If I did, good for me. If I didn't, oh well. Because he goes back into Flygon, and I knew he would switch because, you know, Shaman would... Oh, I do go. Cool. Since, you know, Shaman, a sleeping Shaman isn't really going to help you any. So I'm able to burn the Flygon, which is good for me. Now he goes for Stone Edge, and I went for Will-O-Wisp just in case he used U-turn, that way I could burn something else. Now, I go for a Shadow Punch here. I believe. Yeah, he hit Stone Edge this time. And after he hit Stone Edge that time, I decided to try something. Like, this is really, I don't know what to call it, but, I could have just gone for a Shadow Punch, but I just want to have a little fun with this since he would die from 2 turns of burn anyway. I tried going for another Will-O-Wisp, and he missed. Because the first time we used Will-O-Wisp and he went for Stone Edge, he missed. Second time it didn't go for Will-O-Wisp, he hit. So this turn, I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp again, hoping he'll miss again. But just, you know, test my luck. But it doesn't work. It's good to know someone else has the, you know, Stone Edge curse that I had when I taught Lucario it. So, Flygon goes down for basically nothing. Because, I mean, he only hit Skarmory for like 9 damage. He didn't really do much to Dustmar. Now, here comes in Shaman. I believe I go for a Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, I do. I've been hitting these things, like, basically every single time, I think. Which is good for me. It's kind of funny, though. I couldn't hit 1 Stone Edge before when I had it on Lucario, but now I can hit every single Will-O-Wisp, but it has 5 less damage. And 5 less accuracy. And after that, I'm going to close... Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to close the DS, and you'll have to wait for part 2 of this video. So, rate, comment, subscribe. Bye.